And we are back in the motherfucking building. Hope everybody's having a great day. Let's get right into it. Basketball Weekly midweek edition, because I ain't gonna lie, I've been missing a lot, and we gonna catch up today. First things first, let's address the elephant in the room. I've been gone for a minute, you know what I'm saying? And with me being gone, I definitely missed out on probably the biggest piece of NBA news that's probably happened in the last 2-3 years, I'd say. I can't think of a better midseason trade than the Ben Simmons, James Harden trade, just for the fact that it wasn't really like it was heavily one-sided. You know, there was plenty of trades, you know what I'm saying, that happened during the midseason where, you know what I'm saying, one team is definitely just getting fleeced. You know what I'm saying, he's usually like a disgruntled superstar, and you know what I'm saying, he's usually forcing his way out on the trade deadline, and then, you know, there's a team who's trying to make a move last minute, so they'll throw together a package of a couple of decent players, but in the end you look at it, it's like, but you're looking at superstar A compared to role players A, B, and C, and you're just like, it's not really a fair trade. But when you look at this trade, this was definitely more of a fair trade on the terms of, you know what I'm saying, what each team was able to receive, even though I personally do feel like Philly got fleeced in this trade, but with that being said, it's kind of hard for me to stand on that and make that a concrete statement right now, just due to the fact that Brooklyn has not played yet. So I guess we'll start from the Brooklyn Nets side of things. So, you know, everybody knows Brooklyn was able to bring in Ben Simmons to come in and finally add to, you know what I'm saying, a team that definitely needs a guy like Ben Simmons. You know, Brooklyn is a team that lacks in, you know what I'm saying, backs in playmaking outside of Kyrie and Kevin Durant, especially with James Harden being gone now. You know what I'm saying, there's not really a guy on that team who can, you know what I'm saying, create offense for other guys outside of creating offense for themselves. They have a bunch of shot creating guys, they have a bunch of catch and shoot guys, but you know what I'm saying, with them being able to bring in Ben Simmons, and with them being able to bring in a guy like Seth Curry, who is you know what I'm saying, definitely a serviceable playmaker in his own, you know what I'm saying, it's definitely just, you know what I'm saying, creates a different type of aura around the Nets when they're a healthy team, because, you know what I'm saying, of course, the dialogue around the Nets for the past during the Big Three era with James Harden was the fact that they didn't play defense. They were going to be a great offensive team. They were going to score 1 million points, but they were also going to give up 1 million points. You know, so, and of course, due to the fact that they weren't able to even play, you know what I'm saying, and be healthy. You know what I'm saying, the team was always lacking something. And honestly, since KD and Kyrie have signed in 2019, is that when they signed? I believe it was 2019, during the 2019 offseason. That team, they just haven't seen. They've seen that they've always been missing something. You know what I'm saying? Either KD's been injured or Kyrie's been going through some kind of issue, or, you know what I'm saying, now James Harden was there, and then he started going through his issues where he was going through, he was an Iron Man for 9 years, and then all of a sudden now he's got hamstring injuries and hand injuries, and then he just practically quits on the team. It's just the aura around the Nets, hopefully once they get able to get all these guys on the court, it's just hopefully one where they're able to become that championship team that everybody thinks that they are. You know what I'm saying? I think that currently from an 8 seed, they are probably the greatest 8 seed in all of NBA history. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's a better team out there. Usually the record is really indicative of the kind of team that you are. And you know what I'm saying? Usually that's regardless of circumstance, regardless of injury, regardless of all that stuff. So usually if you're in the 8th seed, it's because you're just strictly just not a good team. But you know what I'm saying? And maybe call us a homer picks. At this point, I think I'm gonna register myself as a Brooklyn Nets fan until further notice. So stick me to that. Yeah, I think as of right now, you're looking at a team that is just trending in the perfect direction. Kevin Durant coming back tomorrow against Miami. Ben Simmons hopefully coming back at some point, you know what I'm saying, during the regular season, so we can get some reps in. And with Kyrie Irving finally getting the vaccine, or not him doing it, but with the vaccine mandate finally getting uplifted in New York, then listen, it's a bunch of exciting anything. And hopefully, if they're able to get these guys on the court, there's no more of this what if or around the Nets, you know. Let's look at it from the Philly standpoint of it. I feel like Philly is definitely going to miss out on Seth Curry and Andre Drummond being gone. I feel like they were actually just great additions for them off that bench, you know, and for them not to be there now, it definitely thinned out their bench. Now, what they're getting with James Harden, they're getting a guy who's going to average a 24-point triple-double easily. Honestly, he's not even going to really have to. It's going to be even better than that. Now he's going to get even easier shots playing with a guy like Joel Embiid, who's having the greatest year of his career. You know what I'm saying? He's out here putting up MVP numbers. I think at this point he's like he leads the league in scoring, on top of rebounding, on top of the shot blocking. He's just a beast. I mean, you're giving him a guy like James Harden who's going to come in and just give him easier shots. Philly is going to, because it's a tremendous upside to Philly right now. You know what I'm saying? But the only question that I have surrounding Philly is just the fact that you don't know you don't know if things start going south, you know what I'm saying, St. Joel has an injury scare, does James Harden go back and flip the script and he's like, I really don't want to play in Philly anymore. You know what I'm saying? This shit ain't really for me. You know, I'm not really fuck with this shit no more. You know what I'm saying? Because it really got to a point where I do feel like James Harden is a guy who's looking for an easy championship. He says that Philly was his first option. He says that he's always wanted to play with a guy like Joel. And listen, I'm gonna sit up here and I'm not gonna say that a nigga's lying. I don't fucking know in the grand scheme. I'm just a guy. But I remember last year very vividly, and I remember him being super excited and pushing the notion of going to Brooklyn super, super hard, at least what the media reports were saying. So for that to have changed, and now it's to be, oh yeah, Philly was always my first option, and you know what I'm saying, reports are coming out saying that Daryl Morey saying that James Harden always wanted to play with James Harden. It's like, okay, these are convenient. We'll say that those are convenient. But yeah, listen. But when you look at where this puts Philly and where this puts Philly in the grand scheme of the Eastern Conference, I definitely think this puts them in an immediate contender phase. You know what I'm saying? They were a team where I felt like they were a contender even when they had even when Ben Simmons wasn't playing. I feel like there was a chance that this would be a year where you would have like a kind of like a Giannis effect last year. You know what I'm saying? Where you have Joel Embiid being the centerpiece guy, doing all the heavy loading during the playoffs, and then he has guys like Tyrese Maxey, guys like Matisse Thybulle, guys like Danny Green, and guys like Tobias out there, just, you know what I'm saying, being serviceable pieces and helping them, you know what I'm saying, overall get to their. I feel like Joel is that kind of guy. You know what I mean? I feel like Joel has that kind of talent. I feel like he has that kind of impact on the court that he can honestly win you a series all by yourself. I feel like in some of those series with Ben Simmons, a couple in the playoffs, I feel like if there's no Ben Simmons and there's only just I feel like, and I know that when you're getting rid of Ben Simmons, you're getting rid of his defensive impact as well. But you know what I'm saying, I feel like without him, if the main focus only is Joel, there's no Ben Simmons shrinking the court. There's no Ben Simmons, you know what I'm saying, making it a tough fit for anybody. You know, it makes things, you know what I'm saying. I feel like if you have just Joel Embiid in that situation, he might be able to win you a playoff series that they may have lost in the past. But overall, I don't know. Like I said, I've talked about this for, you know what I'm saying, 8 minutes now. I feel like I've gotten a good amount of information off my chest as it pertains to this trade. And yeah, listen, like I said, I feel like it's a win-win for both. Slightly a fleecing for the Brooklyn Nets, just for the fact that they got Seth Curry and Drummond. And listen, I wish both teams luck. I wish both teams are lucky or healthy. And listen, me as a basketball fan, I definitely would not mind seeing a Brooklyn Nets Philly playoff series. Not at all. And now we're gonna go back last week. Let's talk about All-Star Weekend a little bit, because All-Star Weekend was it was definitely interesting. You know what I'm saying? Me as a fan, I don't think it's possible for me not to enjoy All-Star Weekend. All-Star Weekend is just fun. You know what I'm saying? There's always something fun going on. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be the celebrity game, whether it be even the Rising Stars game. I like the Rising Stars game. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be a 3-point shootout, the skills challenge, the dunk contest, which we will touch on in a minute, and the All-Star game. It's just always an event. You know what I'm saying? You're just bound to have a good time watching it. And I feel like this weekend was no different from any other weekend. Was it the best All-Star weekend? I don't think so. Especially when you have a dunk contest that was probably one of the worst in history. But I feel like as far as what it's supposed to do, as far as bringing in casual fans, bringing in new fans, if I was somebody who didn't know what the NBA was and I saw the NBA All-Star weekend this past weekend, then listen, 2 weekends ago at this point, then I would be very great. I would like the product that I was saying. I would definitely make me want to get more intrigued into the NBA. But first things first, we got the Rising Stars Challenge. You know what I'm saying? The Rising Stars Challenge was interesting with the new format, bringing in the G League guys, bringing in, you know what I'm saying, all the young guys, and having the new format with the teams, Team Barry, Team Peyton, Team Worthy, and Team I'm missing one of the teams. Team Isaiah. And yeah, listen, I liked it. I liked it overall. You know what I'm saying? I put a little bit of money on it. You know what I'm saying? And that always makes it more fun. You know what I'm saying? I feel like definitely sports betting has just made watching basketball as a whole just 10 times more exciting, because I enjoy basketball off the love of basketball as a whole, as in the beginning. But like once you throw in the fact that you're able to make some bread, and once you're able to try to call and foresee things, it's like, yo, this shit is fire. Why would I not enjoy this? But like I said, I put that money up on Team Barry, and I would have won if LaMelo Ball's hands worked, and because Cade Cunningham threw him a duck. And really gave them the win. All he had to do was steal the ball, run down, and get a layup. We would have had a dub. But you know what I'm saying? The ball goes through his hands. Jayshawn Tate gets the ball and is able to just lay the hell out of LaMelo on the way to the basket. That's just my luck with the sports betting shit. You know what I'm saying? With all the, I can say that I do enjoy it. This shit does piss me the fuck off. The Shooting Stars Challenge with Desmond Bain and Tyrese Halliburton winning it. Listen, I could see that from a mile away. I don't know how those other teams end up getting matched up together. But when you look at just the shooting ability from Desmond Bain and from Tyrese Halliburton, there was no chance that was going to be a competition. The skills challenge with the Team Cavs winning it. Teams Cavs, I like when they remix the skills challenge, because the skills challenge really is the same thing every single, you know what I'm saying, pretty much every single year. And the thing that makes it enjoyable is just the fact that you do get to see they have integrated, you know what I'm saying, big men. You know what I'm saying, I believe they had Bam Adebayo winning a couple last year. I believe they had Cat in it one time. You know what I'm saying, this year they have Mobley, they have Mobley, and they have Jared Allen in it. Team Cavs being able to win the new format this year, I really think it was just like I like when they add a new twist or a new spin, you know what I'm saying, to that particular challenge, because, you know what I'm saying, the skills challenge, out of all the events in All-Star Saturday Night, let's be real, that's the most boring, you know what I'm saying. In the grand scheme of it, it's really not that entertaining to watch players dribble around cones and make a chest pass and make a jump shot, and, you know, it's really just not entertaining. You know what I'm saying? It is skillful. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, for me, somebody who just enjoys basketball acts, I definitely can sit down and watch the skills challenge. But as a casual fan, I want to be like, oh boy, this is exciting. This is so much fun. I'm having a blast. No, that's not what I'd be. I would definitely have way more enjoyment watching the 3-point shootout or watching the slam dunk contest, unless it was this year's slam dunk contest. Like I said, we'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, like I said, it was new format. It was really interesting. I definitely enjoyed it. I think that they should keep remixing, keep finding different ways to make that particular event more interesting. Or maybe they should replace it with a king of the court, or maybe some kind of 3-on-3. Like I want to see more of like the players just competing as basketball players, just doing more basketball stuff. Let's play one-on-one. I remember they had the horse competition. You know what I'm saying? I like the horse because even then you're comparing shooting ability at a time. You know what I'm saying? Of course there's more to basketball than just shooting and scoring, than just shooting and dunking. But those are the things that are going to sell the most tickets. So I feel like they should definitely elaborate on that. Let's see, the 3-point shootout was awesome, like it always is. I feel like the 3-point shootout has definitely surpassed the slam dunk contest as the most entertaining event on All-Star Saturday Night, just due to the fact that the slam dunk contest has become so stagnant. And three-point shooting will always be exciting because the NBA is a 3-point shooting league now. So, you know what I'm saying, just seeing people really just hone in on this part of the craft is really just like the most entertaining part. Like you see guys like Luke Kennard out there shooting, and you see guys like Karl Anthony Towns, greatest big man 3-point shooter of all time. I don't think there's any reason to kind of dispute that anymore. I don't know if there was any conversation in the beginning. I don't even know who's even competing with a guy like Cat, because I feel like Cat's putting up like, he's shooting like 45% on threes at clip. Like I remember I was watching the game just before the All-Star game, and I had just stopped watching the game when it happened. But they were playing against the Hornets, and the Hornets actually had like a decent lead up on them, you know. But you know what I'm saying. And so I clicked off the game. I went to go watch another game, and then I come back and I checked the final score, and Cat knocked off like 3 or 4 threes in the fourth quarter for them to come back, and it was just like, damn, this dude Cat really is a fucking sniper, bro. He's a sniper. But yeah, like I said, him coming out, him winning the 3-point shootout. If I would have put money up on it, I'm not gonna lie, I probably would have put it up on Cat, just due to the fact that I don't feel like Vegas would have really loved him that much due to him being a big man. But me, I know that man is money. And let's talk about the good old slam dunk contest, the granddaddy of them all. There's no reason for me to even, you know, like sugarcoat or even try to say anything. It's about it. It was bad. It was terrible. It was really, really bad. Thankfully for me, I didn't take the time out my day to watch it live. I went back and I just watched it on House of Highlights. And listen, man, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. When I looked at the participants, I had the list. I had the list to create a Basketball Weekly and talk about it when the list came out. And in the video, I was just gonna say that this is gonna be terrible. This is gonna be a very, very boring slam dunk contest. When you're looking at slam dunk contests that have had Damian Lillard and Paul George and John Wall and Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan and just great dunkers, you know what I'm saying? Nate Robinson, Dwight Howard. You've seen great dunkers in the slam dunk contest. Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine. Like I can keep going. You know what I'm saying? You see great dunkers in the slam dunk contest. You looked at the participants in this one, you're like, this is not going to be that. This is not compete. There's no Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon energy here. There's no Dominique, Michael Jordan energy here. There's no Kobe Bryant energy here. There's just a bunch of guys who are trying to do great, but you're not gonna put on a show, and it was in Cleveland. On top of that, I feel like the Cleveland experience as a whole was great, but I also feel like it was in Cleveland, so it's just not gonna be popular, and that's okay, you know. Listen, it was bad. It was bad. Cole Anthony out here dunking in Tim's. As a New Yorker, I appreciate it, man. That was great. That's comedy. You know what I'm saying? That's impressive. Also, being able to jump in some heavy ass Tim's. Obi Toppin, I believe he had a dunk where he put it between his legs and was able to put it off the backboard or dunk it or something like that. That was interesting, but like the slam dunk contest, if this is where the slam dunk contest is going to be headed in the future, I say we should go ahead and eradicate that now, because there's no reason for us to be wasting our time with something that the players aren't even invested in. You know what I'm saying? We're not getting the supers. Like over the past couple of years, we have not seen the superstar players that we're accustomed to in the slam dunk contest, you know, and it's upsetting because, you know what I'm saying, it's All-Star Weekend is supposed to be a showcase of the best talent in the league. And you know what I'm saying, you always get that from the 3-point shootout. You always get that from the All-Star game. So we want the big, you know what I'm saying, the big flashy event, the slam dunk contest, to be great. For it to be less than stellar, you're just super disappointing, and it sucks. Hopefully they're able to ramp that up. And like I said, that king of the court, that one-on-one, even if it's not the superstar guys, even if you have like super talented bench players, you guys can make it happen. I feel like it's definitely ways you can make All-Star Weekend more eventful, more great, and I got faith in y'all. Y'all do it. So the Los Angeles Lakers are still struggling. They're still failing. They're still not working. The Lakers are just in an overall terrible position. They've gotten to a place where I personally feel like the team has, like, they've quit, and you can see that it starts with LeBron James. You see that on the court. You see the body language he walks around with. You see him kind of hanging his head, him kind of moping, him kind of just being like, oh my god, like why, like it was still like he's like kind of like laboring to be out there on the court and not physically. Just it's like taking an emotional and a mental toll on him. And part of me does feel bad about it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like for LeBron to be performing the way he's been performing in year 19, being 37 years old, I feel like I would want to see him, you know what I'm saying, on a competing team. But also at the same time, as somebody who loves to see his fans upset and loves to see his fans on their heels and having to defend some bullshit, this is great. You know what I'm saying? The Lakers are just not a good team, and if you aren't a fan of the Lakers and you looked at this team on paper, I don't think you saw a championship team. I know I didn't. I didn't see a ninth seed. I didn't see a team that was going to be at the bottom of the West, but I also didn't see a team that was going to finish first in the West. I didn't see a team that was going to win the Western Conference or should be favored as the Western Conference favorites just because they have LeBron James and Anthony Davis. If we're being completely honest, LeBron James has not been the same player since he got to LA. You know what I'm saying? Outside of the 2020 season, LeBron has been mortal. He's been a regular guy. He's been not a regular guy. He's been all right, let me rephrase this. He's been LeBron. He's been great. You know what I'm saying? He's been putting up amazing numbers, but he hasn't been that guy. He hasn't been the guy that LeBron, if you watched LeBron for any amount of time, he hasn't been the guy who you can just throw on the court with four friggin' sandwich makers and he'll take him to the finals. He's not that guy anymore. He wasn't that guy when he got to LA, when he first got that hamstring injury or that groin injury. You could tell that definitely took a toll on him. When he came back, he was slow, he was tentative. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have that same explosion. He came in 2020 amped up, excited. You know what I'm saying? They get Anthony Davis. You're like, oh yeah, this is a guy that's gonna, you know what I'm saying, take our franchise to the next level. And for that year, he does it. You know what I'm saying? They get the layoff because of the pandemic. They come back in the bubble, and you get this guy Anthony Davis, who you think is gonna be the guy for you for the next couple of years. The guy you think is going to lead your franchise. You guys gotta have Anthony Davis leading your franchise, being a guy who can give you 28 and 15, and you're gonna have LeBron James on your team. You know what I'm saying? So you're with that. You're like, listen, we've got more than enough to run this gauntlet for the next 3 to 4 years, you know. But so you win the championship in 2020, and then from every point after that, you get shit. You get regular Anthony Davis back on schedule and being an injury-prone player. And then you're getting this new thing where LeBron's not able to stay on the court back-to-back years. He's having to miss games for various, you know what I'm saying, injuries, where LeBron would have been back in a week tops. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, you bring in Russell Westbrook. The Russell Westbrook effect doesn't even need to be talked about anymore. Everybody knows the Russell Westbrook thing is not working. Russell Westbrook was not every time I say Russell Westbrook, I feel like I say Russell Westbrook, and I don't mean to do that. But Russell Westbrook doesn't fit anything that the Lakers are, anything that the Lakers are trying to be, anything the Lakers are trying to do. You know what I'm saying? So for him to be out there, to be out there, and then we look at the surrounding pieces they put around him for this year. You got Melo, you got Trevor Ariza, you got Kendrick Nunn, who hasn't played since the preseason. THT, you're just like, I don't see this team and be like, oh yeah, this is a team that's gonna win me a championship. You know what I'm saying? I never saw it from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? And it's mainly due to the fact that I feel like Anthony Davis is not that guy. Anthony Davis is a guy. If I was a Lakers GM, I would honestly be looking at shipping Anthony Davis while he has trade value. You know what I'm saying? I'm honestly okay with being wrong. I'm okay with Anthony Davis coming back and being an amazing top 5 player again. But as it currently states, I see him as expendable. I see him as a guy that he's not going to be a guy that's going to be able to play alongside LeBron James long enough, play alongside LeBron James at a high enough level. You know what I'm saying, that he'll be able to be the number one. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like as LeBron gets older, we don't want to rely on a 38, 39, 40, 41-year-old LeBron. Because it's clearly not going to work. At this point, LeBron doesn't even play defense. LeBron is a guy who he's a beast offensively. You can see it. He averages like 30 points a night, damn near. But if you look at LeBron on the defensive end, he does not give any effort. He does not really stay in front of guys. He does not really try to what's the word? He doesn't try to go out into shooters. He doesn't really play any defense. He kind of just floats. Every once in a while, he might get a passing lane steal, but a passing lane steal is not an indication that you are playing good defense. And you know what I'm saying? I don't expect him to be a great defender. He's 37 years old, but I expect the team to be surrounded. I expect a real head of the snake guy, a real alpha beast number one guy to be able to let LeBron be that Robin. Let LeBron be the guy who can just, you know what I'm saying, chill. You know what I'm saying? Guy who's going to give you 25 and 7 and 8. You know what I'm saying? But Anthony Davis is not that guy. And he's not. And it's okay. There's nothing wrong with not being that guy. Not everybody is a Tim Duncan, is a Kevin Garnett kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? Some guys are lower level superstars, and I feel like that's what Anthony Davis is. You know what I'm saying? So if during when this summer comes, if I'm the LA Lakers, I'm not looking to move Russ because I feel like Russ has no trade value outside of the fact that he has an expiring contract. But even then, I'm not sure if there's a team that wants to take actual risk and actually go out there and try to grab him, because what is he really gonna bring? You know what Russ is, so why would you want to bring him into your stadium unless your goal is to sell tickets? I'm not trying to start the trade Anthony Davis train, but it might have to be done. And with the Lakers failing, listen, the West is actually looking low-key kind of wide open at the moment. Both conferences look wide open at the moment, to be completely honest with you. Both the Suns and Golden State are struggling. You know what I'm saying? They're both going through some injury things. Draymond Green is out. Tonight, Devin Booker is out in the health and safety protocols. Chris Paul, he's going to miss 8 weeks with a thumb injury. Stephen Curry's still been struggling. The Warriors as a whole, I believe they've lost. They're like a 500 team the past month. So, you know what I'm saying? It definitely has been, you know what I'm saying, a real interesting grind over the last couple of weeks. The Suns have a bunch of difficult games coming up. So, you know what I'm saying? You're not really sure where the standings are going to end when we get to April, the middle of April. And I feel like it actually gives opportunity for the Grizzlies to make some noise, because just this week you're having Ja Morant, you know what I'm saying, make a real MVP push. You know what I'm saying? He's been a dark horse MVP guy the whole year, but with his performance this past week against the Bulls and then the follow up against the Spurs, you could tell he's definitely just taking it serious. He's definitely trying to embrace it. The team as a whole is definitely trying to take advantage of the weakness that is kind of happening at the top of the Western Conference right now. You know what I'm saying? Let's shift over to the East real quick. Let's talk about these Chicago Bulls for just real quick. So earlier this year, I made a video where I said that the Bulls were the it team in the NBA. I felt like what they had with Lonzo and Caruso defensively, what they were able to have with Vucevic, Zach, and DeMar DeRozan being an MVP candidate, I feel like they had everything that they needed to potentially make a real dark horse championship run. And since that video, they've still been a great team. They still stand at second in the Eastern Conference. So I don't think that they're a bad team. But you could tell they definitely just don't have that it factor that I was talking about. You know, they're not really good at beating the good teams. They get blown out against the good teams, and that's not really a good look if you're looking to win a championship. I'm not gonna lie, I watch a lot of the Through the Wire podcast. So I watch Kenny Beecham talk about, King of the Fourth Quarter, talk about the Chicago Bulls a lot. And the thing that he talks about a lot is just the fact that when they match up against a good team, it just seems the fact that they kind of like shrink to the moment. Every single time that they're on national television, they get blown out. You know what I'm saying? And for a team that's trying to, kind of like, They this season they've definitely taken a turn, and they got back to the winning culture in Chicago, which is great. You know what I'm saying? That's a start. Well, when you're looking for championship building, you kind of want to take more of like the Grizzlies approach, where it's like, hey, listen, the Grizzlies, they might not be the best team in the Western Conference, but on any given night they could be. You know what I'm saying? If they match up against Phoenix, they match up against Golden State. If they face Utah, if they face Miami, if they face Brooklyn, if they face any of these top teams, any of these super talented teams, they feel like they have a chance to win, and they will win that game. And when you're a team like Chicago who's trying to kind of like gain that respect in the league, you want to be able to beat the good teams. But when you're constantly getting blown out and getting, getting basically tossed around and getting mollywopped, it really begs the question: are you guys pretenders? Are you guys the real deal? You know what I'm saying? And it also goes to be said that the Bulls are an injured team. You know what I'm saying? Lonzo's injured right now. Patrick Williams has been injured since the beginning of the season. Caruso's been injured since Grayson Allen did that dickhead shit. It's tough. It's a tough bind. It's tough really to see where exactly Chicago will end, where the season ends this year, because I personally would have had them pegged as like as a dark horse as a dark horse finals team, but as a lock to be Eastern Conference Finals team. But now, honestly, I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? With Miami, with Milwaukee, with Boston playing well, with Toronto playing well, with the Nets, you know what I'm saying, getting healthy, hopefully one day. You're not really sure where this team falls and where this team season ends this year. You know what I'm saying? That could be said a lot of teams. You know what I'm saying? Let's say it could be said about a lot of teams. You know what I'm saying? I really definitely feel like the Eastern Conference this year is definitely just going to be the biggest bloodbath it's been in years. You know what I'm saying? In 2019, we had a great Eastern Conference playoffs with Toronto coming out and eventually winning the championship. And I feel like we're headed towards that just ever since LeBron's honestly left the Eastern Conference. And the East has just been it's been great every single year. We've had a new championship. We have a new champion every year. And this year, it's not a lock that Milwaukee wins it again. You know, it could be said that Milwaukee caught a couple breaks last year that allowed them to win the East last year. But I'm not sure they'll be able to catch those same breaks. COVID is not really going to be an option. Hopefully these teams start to get healthy towards the end of the season, which I feel like they will. And then if like it's going to be just a war of attrition, it's going to be just who's the best team will win. The best team will win. And I'm super excited about it. Super excited about the rest of this NBA season. Listen, I feel like we're definitely headed towards a great photo finish. And I'll be back here to make these videos into you know what I'm saying, commemorating, to log these moments. You know what I'm saying? I definitely was busy. I got caught up doing some other stuff, but I'm back now. So videos will be rolling out here very, very soon. Make sure you guys leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. And I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.